92.3 now.
The new single you're pushing right now off the album is The First Love, produced by Max Martin. Now, if you don't know about Max Martin, he put together Dark Horse. Hitmaker. Hitmaker.
Crazy hitmaker.
Tell us about the song.
Max Martin produced it. Sivan wrote it, who he works with a lot. Great writer. What can I tell you about it? We were in the studio. It was one of those in-between times, like you're working on stuff, and then you just stop and you just start talking. And that can go on for hours sometimes in a studio. You know what I mean? It's just one of those downtimes. And we started talking about what everybody talks about. We started talking about love and relationships and how, you got to work at them. And some of the guys in the studio, like Corey Rooney, who worked on a lot of my first albums, maybe my first 5 or 6 albums as a executive producer, is back doing this one. And him and Savannah, we started talking about, how you have to work at these relationships and how difficult they can be. But then when you find that person, how you wish you had met them earlier so you didn't go through all of this other stuff. A couple of days later, Savan calls and's like, I came up with a song about what we were talking about the other night. He goes, and Max already laid a track to it, and we're really excited about it. And I was actually doing Hollywood Week on Idol. And I was like, well, I'm in the middle of filming right now. They're like, well, we'll come down for lunch. I was like, okay. And they came down and I heard the song. I was like, oh my God. Because to me, the great thing about a pop song and about pop songs, one is that you want to sing them at the top of your lungs when they're really great ones. But also, which I feel like this song, I do want to sing at the top of my lungs. As a girl, I do. And but also, they say something very complex in a simple way. Like they capture like a real deep feeling, but in a simple way. And I feel like this song does that.
Now, let's put all that together with the way that times are now to the way that times were then, right?
Yes.
Like, when you fell in love back in the day and nobody was in your business, as much as people are in your business now with social media, Twitter.
Absolutely.
You go blow a kiss to the waiter and, like, now you're seeing him.
Yeah.
Before
we're getting married.
It could be how it was. What's, like, the biggest difference as far as putting together your song now compared to when you put together your song on your first album?
Well, it's funny because although I feel very much like the same person I was then, I feel like the same girl who did that first album, but I've been through a lot since then. I've been through so much. I have a lot more experience. I've had a lot of heartaches, ups and downs. And so the way I think about love, although I still believe in it very much, probably more than ever, especially since I had kids, I also see it in a different way, in a healthier way, maybe than I did before. Because I think when you're little, you think like fairy tales and stuff, and that's not really true, as we know.
Prince Charming,
he's gonna come in on the horse and whatever. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Yeah.
I messed up plenty of times.
But we all do, and that's part of the process. Yeah. And at the end of the day, when you're making records, when you're making music, and you want to say what you want to say, you can only use those experiences, and those experiences become the rich parts of your life. The ones when you really fall down and have to get back up and have to pull yourself back up and learn from those moments. And that's the kind of stuff I like to put in my music, and I think you hear that on this album. A little bit stronger.